Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me. I'm sitting here talking with Howard Morrow, sports trainer, collegiate athlete, former collegiate athlete. He's just going to talk to us a little bit today about his journey and things that he's done throughout his life. So how you doing this evening, man?
Man, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
All right. Doing good, man. Just happy you stopped by. We were going to do it on the phone video or whatever. And then
say, like, man, it can't be. Man. That's not authentic enough, man.
Yeah.
I had to,
You know, it's funny what you said when I brought it up and you was like, nah, man, I want to do it in person, man. We ain't in jail.
Yeah. Like phone calls,
right.
Phone book. I ain't in no phone book. Like, what was that? Next Friday. So, yeah, you have to, with these kind of things, you got to kind of sit down and have a conversation like we did before and, get to know each other even more.
Right.
And then, with a conversation, it goes as far as like the trust of the conversation or the trust of that person.
True.
So that's as far as that'll go. So, that's kind of how it go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been about, month and a half, 2 months that we've been working with you and going through your sessions or whatever. And, after the first session, Corbin was like, yeah, man, I like his technique. I like what he's doing, man. I'm ready to, I'm going to keep going with it. Right. Because, he's kind of, picky about who he works with and how he trains or whatever. And he's gone to, some other trainers and they did it in a way like a group session or a way that he just didn't like it, and we just knew automatically we didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
What about? I know you talk. You have a little bit about your style of training, whatever. Do you do group sessions? You do individual sessions, or how do you?
So most of the time, I do the groups more like during the summer.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, doing them more the summer. Big groups is cool, but I mean like a group of like 3. But you got to to pick these athletes, and it's hard to find these athletes because there's so many trainers now, but you got to pick one. Mm-hmm. Hey, this one fast, this one strong, this one something else. So something that each person can grow from.
Right. Okay.
So if you find one that each person can grow from, hey, this kid fast, this kid can cut, and then you have them compete, and then you see what they like. So the one-on-one, I like it because I like to get to know these kids. Like I need to, in order for me to work with them, it got to be some kind of trust. Mm-hmm. And so I asked them about some, you know what I'm saying? Like I can break the ice. I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So what is your, what drives you? What's your favorite part about working with athletes? Does it give you that pump like when you were playing, or does it just give you the thrill of working with them and helping them out, or what motivates you to do it?
I love training my own kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Like you gotta remember, my dad had me in the gym since I was 5. Mm-hmm. So what you think, you do what you see. Kids mimic what they hear or mimic what they see and repeat what they hear. Mm-hmm. Well, my dad had me in the gym doing that. First session, I remember, we had some sessions, more of some PVC pipe and stuff, but put 185 pounds on the bar and just made me hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was young. I still remember that.
Really?
It's like, hold it. Yeah, because I was trying to get in the weights. I got to watch for years. Use PVC pipe, wood dolls, those kind of things. I wanted to get in with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought I was a big dog, young, man.
Oh, he threw you in there, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
And so like with these kids and these group sessions and things like that, all of that's cool long as it's going towards the goal. We got to get some work done.
Yeah.
So if we can, I've had groups before. I usually have them more during the summer. Mm-hmm. But I mean, right now, like during the year, everything is kind of shrunken down because these kids, they got track practice, they got this, that, and the fourth.
Yeah.
And they already know. I'm like, hey, all that stuff that you did before, I don't care. You come here to work.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You gotta think, man, this is an investment. You invested in your son invested in his future, you invested in his future. Mm-hmm. So it's all an investment. So the only way an investment works is if everybody's in, if all the dots are connecting the right way and all consecutively. So that's the way that gotta work.
Yeah, it's gotta be give and take partnership.
Yeah.
All right. So you've been training 15 years and
15 years.
Yeah. Okay. Just in this, I guess you've been in this area the whole time, right after.
Man, I've been in Washington, California, Oklahoma, Chicago, Florida. Jeez, I've been in a lot of different places because I was chasing that dream.
Yeah.
Like most college players, when they finish, they just, some of them get a job and, whatever. I was one of those guys. I was like, all right, I got to figure out what I got to do. And so that was something that had to be figured out pretty quick. So
you attended Texas A&M University. So that was years from 2005 to 2010, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So what was your field of study when you were there?
I studied sports management and I minored in business and RPTS.
Okay.
So the business
RPTS.
RPTS. Yeah. So that's recreational parks and tourism services.
Okay.
So I've always been kind of like, I like outdoorsy stuff. Yeah. So originally back in the day, the plan was to either play in the NFL, the NBA, young, and own a gym, and then have a recreational parks and tourism stuff in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would that include? Just like hiking trails or stuff like that? Or?
Maybe like some zip lines, kind of like more of like a exotic part to it.
Okay.
It'd be some money that's put into it. Maybe like a little pool, something back there. You can do some, like with some waves in it. You could do a little surfing and stuff like that. Something that you can't get around here.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something that if you're out there, you got to wait 2 hours for, but see, with this, you can go every, that thing run every 10 minutes.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
All right. So as you were training and going through all of your degree program, the people that you work with or professors that you were, under, did you catch anything from them that you use right now in your daily life or something that you use in your sports medicine and your training?
So I really was because I originally wanted to be a sports agent. Mm-hmm. And so I was more on like that side or being, in the office of sports and things like that.
Right.
So, I just had so my father's had me in the weight room since I was 5. Mm. Yeah. So this was always something. And they used to have you remember them old school muscle fitness magazines?
Yeah.
So my mom didn't order them, but when I was at my dad's house, he would order them. So every time I would go over there, he had a big stack of them. So we would go work out. He worked at like 5 a.m. So we'd go work out at 3:30 and we'd look at the magazines and I could see like all of the different workouts and stuff. Yeah. So I would watch like workout videos. Like it's kind of like a little weird thing, but I can sit there. Like I've watched like the Polish team workout. I've watched China workout. I watched these guys work out and just the intensity and things that these people have and just seeing people move heavyweight fast or heavyweight efficiently, it just always stuck with me. So obviously when I finished with college, things didn't work out. And so I was like, all right, so I'm going to keep trying. So I tried for 8 years. So just a little thing. I went to, so me and my cousin, he had just passed away maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But he was like, man, you just going to sit on can I cuss?
Yeah.
He's like, man, you gonna sit on your ass? And I was like, nah, because and when you think you finna go to league since you was 8 and then it doesn't happen, like you kind of mentally, you just kind of go into the tank. And so with us, he was like, look, this is what you trying to do? So he stuck with me. So when he stuck with me, everything was good. So we wound up going to the Cowboy Stadium. We back in the game, remember the CDs?
Yeah.
So we had the CDs. So we was out there passing out the CDs. Yeah. So the first time we went out there, the security guard, he was tripping, he wouldn't let us in, this, that, and the fourth. So we stood outside the gate. Second time, he was a big John. He was a big guy. So we brought him some donuts and stuff like that. We went up there, he let us in.
Yeah.
So we in the parking lot. So now we're passing out DVDs to anybody that walk through. They can be interns, they can be secretaries, anybody. So then afterwards, the third time we wound up catching somebody who got some emails and things like that, trying to just get in any kind of way.
Yeah.
But so that was kind of like a transition for me. So I went and I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep trying to do this. Like, I'm gonna give myself a chance because I think I can play. I know I can play with this. Like, this isn't something that I think. This is something that I know. Mm-hmm. So I played 8 years afterwards, played on different teams and things like that. So I had 2 kids at the time. And so with these 2 kids, my mom would always say, man, you got to keep a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to think, like, what can I do that I can travel and do that I love to do? And this was it. I've been doing this in the weight room since I was 5. Yeah. I can write a workout program. I can do progressions, bodybuilding. That was the beginning phase of me. Like, that's what, you know, just watching all of them guys. And then,
did you ever want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to do it because, so my dad had a best friend, and it was kind of like a little turning point. And his best friend, let's say he was just on some things that he shouldn't have been on, and he wound up blowing his head off. And as a young man, I came to the conclusion myself, and I never forget, I asked my dad, I was like, you want me to go over there with you? Because this is his best friend. And he didn't want me to go over there. And I mean, yeah, that man shot himself with a shotgun. Now I'm being older, like you can see the horror and the graphics in that. Yeah. So I had to figure out what I needed to do. I had to make money. I got 2 kids. And so I just went to what I knew. And this is what I knew. Yeah. I knew how to work. I knew how to talk to people. And I knew how to train. And so I didn't really recognize the voice that I had until probably maybe a little bit after college. I did a little bit before, but a little bit after college, I was sitting there and I played with this team. And I'm playing with this team, and this dude pulled me to the side and he was like, hey, bro, you ever realize when you talk, everybody stop and they listen? And that's what they did. They really did. And I was like, yeah, I did realize that. He said, you don't really realize how powerful your voice is. It's like, man, you know, sometimes that's why I tell you, like, just reminding people, like reminding of things, like people telling you fell off or things like that, or continually telling somebody and helping them, that's always good. And so that one little piece that he said to me was like, you know what? He right, because I've always had a voice. I've always used it. Yeah. But then I didn't realize how powerful it actually was, and how people was actually listening and things like that. So
yeah. How did you take notice of that before he mentioned it? What were you noticing?
Well, I think it first started when I was in high school. I had to give a speech, and it was like the senior banquet or whatever, and you know, like I didn't really know what to say or whatever, but like I'm just looking at everybody's eyes, and they're just like this, and they're watching me. And then I knew, I was like, because even when I had scholarships and all of that kind of stuff, I was always real down to earth. Like I never thought I was better than somebody. I may be better than them at that sport, but I'm not better than them as a person. Yeah. So, and I think I didn't think that was a good way to handle things. So I was kind of cool with everybody. I was cool with the nerds and everything, like in high school and stuff like that, and just cool with people that like my people. We vibe in the same atmosphere, and we can be together, and everything will be good. Yeah. And then, you know, and that doesn't have a skin color to it.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because your people are the people that think like you, act like you, and y'all have some kind of mutual bonds and mutual things together. Those are your actual people. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the people, because you can be successful, you can thrive in that kind of atmosphere. You can't thrive when you fighting against people. I don't have too many friends because I think like with friends, you can't act like yourself. So, you know, if it's 5 people in the car, one person want to go to Taco Bell, one person want to go to Burger King, one person want to go to Chick-fil-A. So, you know, some of you got to bend a little bit. Yeah. Well, that's not going to be a one-time thing. That's going to be something that's over and over and over. So, like, you can't really be by yourself. So, but with your people, the people that you vibe with, y'all figure it out. And then next time it come around, hey, man, we went to where you said last time, let's go here. Yeah. So that's the difference to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That you know, I've always been like that, too. Just kind of keep my inner circle just kind of small and don't really deal with a lot of people. And when I was younger, it didn't dawn on me that's why I was doing it. But,
right.
As you get older, you think in that way that you're talking about it. It's just that, the conflict and the situation and the stress, all that comes with that. You don't realize what that's doing to your body and to your mind and how that gets into your system. And like you said, it's a repetitive thing if you stay with those people. So,
right.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. That's a good way. So let's get into before college. So you're a local guy. We're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Fossil Ridge High School, where you went to school?
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell us about your experiences there and just kind of what you did and, how you progressed while you were there.
So I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. So when did you get here?
So my stepdad, we moved from different places. And we wound up Philly, Texas, I think Texas, back to Philly, military.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, so, and military job. So then I think after we moved back to Texas, we moved somewhere else in Texas, not far, North Richland Hills, something like that. Then I think we moved to Oklahoma. And then back to Texas, maybe that was the North Richland Hills time, before it was Keller. So where Fossil Ridge was. So we had literally moved down the street from where we used to live.
Okay.
So that was the last place where we stayed. So I went to Fossil Ridge. I went to Fossil Hill. I went to a few schools, obviously, between all of that moving.
Yeah.
I was kind of, like as a parent, you kind of think about things like when you do all of that moving, like I'm a parent, like how your kids will react. Mm-hmm. Bro, that builds resiliency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that builds resiliency.
So just kind of tell us a little bit more what you mean about resiliency just from all the moving around that you went through.
So you meet new people all the time. You find out how to cut things because back then there wasn't no Instagram, social media, those kind of things. So you couldn't really connect with those people. You write letters. Remember back in the day? You used to write letters. Yeah. How long does that last? Yeah. So you kind of learn just different lessons in life and you learn different people.
Yeah.
Okay. You see a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So when you see a lot of different things, you have choices that other people don't see it have. Mm-hmm. Cause you know the bad side. Why you think all of the suburban kids want to be gangsters?
Yeah, they don't know that.
And all the people that's having a hard time and they living with 7 people living in their living room trying to get about that thing.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you think that built you as an athlete coming through all that?
So I always wanted to play football and basketball since I was 8. So it helped by me being able to see other talent other places. So, and when you see different things, like they play travel ball now. We didn't have travel ball. You played all the kids in your local neighborhood. Well, I moved.
That's true, yeah.
My first time playing football and putting on pads was at 5 years old. So, so by the time you 30, you done hit 25 years of this.
Yeah.
So it helped me build resiliency, I guess, by being able to be very diverse. So in Oklahoma is different than Texas. Texas is different than Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So it's different things. So you kind of learn how to handle, and you do learn that what you did over there, you can't do over here. And I think that's where a lot of the youth fall short at. They don't know that, hey, this place, you got to conduct yourself a little different than this place. As an adult, you know that.
Yeah.
How you are at home versus how you are at work. You say, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you sitting up straight. You get to the house.
Voice and everything.
Man, you over there kicking off the shoes. You laying back.
Scratching stuff you wouldn't scratch.
What was it? Married with Children. You sitting there with your drawing like that.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing.
Yeah, so, I mean, but they can't distinguish the difference. They can't distinguish the difference because they don't know any different.
Yeah.
They're not taught.
Yeah.
Parents don't teach anymore. That's why it's an anomaly for a parent to have to repetitively get on their kid and then it's not accepted.
Yeah.
I was at the field the other day, and this dad had this little boy running around, and his last was like, "Dad, please." And I was like, "Hey, man, that kid gonna remember that. Because whatever I told you to do and you didn't do it, this is the punishment for it." Not a lot of parents are like that anymore. You got the gentle parenting. No, I don't want to do that. But we used to get whoopings. Yeah, not just whoopings, ass whoopings. We used to have a belt called the Snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had the name for that joint. It used to be sitting on top of our bar. And man, I remember I heard the trash truck come out there, man. And man, that thing was sitting on top of there. I jumped on top of the counter, grabbed that thing, ran out, and just threw it in the back of the joint. Like, yeah. Bro, we started getting whoopings with extension cords.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
like
man, these
cousin.
kids, man, these kids don't, man, say, man. Yeah, but you can't do nothing like that no more.
Yeah, it's
these kids a different generation. Man, these kids are fold. They'll fold.
Yeah.
They'll fold right from under you. They'll have a lot of emotional problems. Where before, like, you can be tough, or you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was normalized. Now I don't think it's as normalized as it was.
All right. Yeah.
Standards are different.
It's completely changed.
Think about the military. The military had to kind of maneuver how they let people in order to get more people in. Like, that's they had to do things that had to lower the standards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the basic standards to get in, like push-ups, sit-ups, all, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, and so like if they had to change, I guess we had to change too, because these kids probably they wouldn't be able to handle then. And I don't think it's fair for us to compare them, because this is a different generation. This is a different time.
There are different things they have access to, and it's just, like you said, it's completely changed. I don't know how, I mean, of course, if you're in it, you're adjusted to it, but I'm just would say, I don't know how I would handle it if I had to go back. Yeah. And I don't know if I could do it.
It was simpler though.
Yeah, it was simpler. You could
would
do
be able
things
to blend right back
outside.
in.
You can't even do right now.
Yeah, like you would blend back in. But he who holds, or he who controls the media or the images, they got the power.
Yeah, that's what it's all about now.
And so now all your major social media places, they control the images.
Let's talk about the style of training that you have. And first of all, let's talk about the type of training. So are you more of a technical trainer, or are you more of what are the differences? I mean, a technical trainer would be like technique on specifically how you run routes. So, and more of like an agility trainer is just more of like, doing drills and running ladders and things like that. So what is your style? Are you more agility or technician?
Learning how to use the body is a skill within itself. So I would have to say I'm kind of like on the both of them, but I don't like to waste time. So a big thing, like in seeing receivers and watching them train with some of these guys, and I mean, they have some good stuff, but it's just like a lot of unnecessary movements and things like that. And it's like, bro, the game is not like that. The game has changed, but it's not like that. So, and a lot of things are done in a small area. It's not how this is. It's reaction. It's not done in a small area. You're playing on a 100-yard field, plus 10 yards on both sides of you. That's 120 yards. You sitting there doing all of this. So I like the technical part, but I also like to push the kids a little bit. Like, I think like when we ran them fades at the end, like that was just something that was like, hey, look, you tired? Let's see what you got. Then you can just coach them through it. So you gotta, if they don't trust you, they won't play for you. And that's what coaches, I think some of them do good at. Like my high school coach, he did real good at that. And then some of them, they don't, they're not like that. And so, I mean, every person is their own person. So you can't expect somebody else to be like this person. So,
So you kind of tailor the program basically to the athlete.
Any trainer with any sense does. That's why you have to understand, like, yeah, you can have stuff for the masses, but you got different body types, you got different styles, you got different speeds. Because the more velocity you create, the more you have to work on being able to stop. Because everybody works straight, but nobody work linear. Nobody work curves and things like that. So I like to add that in. I think these kids have things a little different. They want to be like skilled players. But back in the day, we used to want to be athletes. Because a skilled player in a skilled sport can only play that position or maybe another one. But an athlete, I can take you, put you in this sport, I can put you in this sport, I can put you in this sport, and you'll be successful with it. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So I think they spend too much time skilled because they're very skilled, but there's a lack in other things, athletic ability and movements and things like that. Playing outside. That's where that starts. Tag.
Yeah.
Hide and seek. Those kind of things. You like these kids, they don't. You have to kind of make them, if that makes sense. Like you have to. That's when you say tailor. Like you have to make them. So you have to sculpt them in the way that they need to be, because this generation of athletes are different. You got a bunch of ex-football players, ex-basketball players. They raising their sons, they grooming their sons. Well, you think they training their son for high school or middle school? No. So that's the way it has to be. Like, but these kids, a lot of people aren't that fortunate. So you got to have a want and a will, and you got to get off them video games and them TVs and stuff. And so, what was the dude that you said that you like, Myron Golden, right? He said one time, I seen a thing, and he said that he didn't watch TV when he was broke. He didn't deserve it or something like that. So when he said that, that was real. Like he had a mission and he was on it. Well, these kids, you kind of got to push through, and you got to look and see. You got to, being a trainer is being able to make adjustments. So you can come out there with a plan, but if your plan inconducive to what this kid is showing you right now in the warm up, and then in the beginning of it, you got to make these adaptations. You got to change. We got, okay, let's do something else. Maybe he's sorry tired from this, that, or the fourth. Because once the nervous system is shocked, it's shocked. Like, and if they did a whole bunch in school, you got to kind of taper down, or you can add some more. Okay, we can add a little medicine ball, a little movements and things like that. So I'm on both sides, but I think the kids should spend more time running, sprinting, get on them hills. Like, get on them hills. If anything, that's free. Go find the hill by you and get on that thing. You can run up it, you can jump up it, you can shuffle up it, you can skip up it, you can do everything. But I mean, my philosophy is every kid should, in a session, sprint. They should jump. They should do some kind of hand-eye coordination of some sort. And then they need to be challenged every time. Because that's sports. That's sports. Yeah, but you got to do it on a daily basis. You got 3 levels in sports. You got trying, then you got competing, and then you got dominating. Trying is what you do when you first start. You know what they say about tryers? Trying is for losing. Losers. Let me try that. All right. So you're trying, okay? You consistently have to be in this for a while before you move to the next one. Then you have to consistently be in competition or competing. You have to be in that phase and completely do it consistently for a while. Then you start dominating. Then when you dominate, that's when things are clicking. But you got to put in years. I think, what was that book that I read?
Outliers.
Yes, Outliers. Yeah, you got to read this 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. So, and I ask my daughter that all the time, like, hey, these little film sessions or this stretching and stuff, like, you building towards that 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. Whether you think so or not, all of this is building onto it. If you sore, you tired, watch film, stretch, do something.
Part of it.
Talking to somebody that's been through it.
Yeah.
You're talking to somebody that's been through it. Mm-hmm. And when I say I've been through it, like, my mom used to always say to me, I don't care about no sports, because she wanted me to get a degree. Remember what she said?
Right.
She turned back. Don't come back without no degree. You know what I'm saying?